Welcome to day 2 of the Quantocks episode. So I was going to split, as I said in the last episode, split this one into 2. So this is actually day 2. So I've got the truck up in the woods, a bit of VIP parking, and then we're going to start on a new section. So pretty much finished the trail we were working on yesterday. Got loads done. Actually put 90% of the trail in, and enough to finish there. So that was stage 2 we were working on yesterday, and we're going to be working on stage 4. So it'll be the very lower half of stage 4, which will go in just here. So there's a bit of some ferns that have died off. So we'll cut through the ferns into the woods, and then you see the fields at the bottom there. The trail pretty much ends at the fields at the bottom there. So quite a lot to do here. You can't really tell here, but we're nowhere near the top of the hill. So this is quite a long track, this one. It goes right from the highest point to one of the lowest points. So working this bottom section today, that'll probably take all day to do that bottom section, if not longer. And then the top section should be slightly easier because it's a bit more open and a bit more mature trees. We'll come back and do that another time. Okay, so enjoy the time lapses and the bits and bobs I show you. So to confirm, we're at the Quantocks, day 2, stage 4. First section to work on. This is the ferns that I was working through before. And it comes into these trees. You can see the deers have already created this little walkway through. So we're going to widen up the deer path. It's quite a nice angle down. It drops off in a minute. So first job is just to cut all the branches off and widen up, and then see what we've got on the ground to work with. Might need to bench it a tiny bit in places, but going to try and leave it as natural as possible. You just saw lots of time lapsing going on there. So basically this first bit we go into the woods here was there was a lot of off camber, just really narrow deer track. So basically all we've done is exaggerate the deer tracks. We've given them a bit of a nicer path for the deers to walk down. And I'll just show you up from the section. So we've been talking about here, we're going to do a brush cut S's through this. I mean, loamy flat turns through here to really hook your tyres up into. Just above that gorse up there is a really techie root section we're going to leave in and do a beeline around it. And then this is what we've just done. So a bit of a bench cut off of the first section. Then you've got this bench cut, a bit of a high line across here if you want to straighten it out. Or you've got this whoop down, up, round, and then down, round here, down another little bench cut. And again, then you'll drop off here, and again we'll then do a tiny bit more work down here. As I said yesterday, I would like to do as little as possible, but it's so naturally and tight through here. You've got to give it a bit of bench cut just to help you through, and the odd corner here and there just to get you around the tighter sections. Okay, so a bit more time lapse in to show you the corners in the open section. Bit out of breath now. That was quite a big project, that one. So we've got this really fast section. Roots will get exposed here, and it's hard to tell on camera, but it's quite steep through here. But you've got this lovely big berm to catch you, and it points you in exactly the right direction. I don't know if you can quite see, but there's a tree stump in there, which we're going to lay some dirt against, and it'll be a little very small jump, but off there, and then you'll be out into the open again. But we're going to move on up here, because again, across there probably needs benching, and this corner we might need to do something with. Depends, we might need to leave it flat. So we're going to go have a look at that and do some more time lapsing. That is a morning's work. Lunchtime now, so stop for a quick bite to eat. That's pretty much all the digging done today, so that'll be all the time lapse of digging. I do need to do some strimming now, so I've got to take out this gorse bush behind me. Then I've got to then trim or brush cut the loamy turns in here, and then our track goes next to that big pine tree there. Track goes in there, so I think we've got fit four or five corners in there. Also a nice spot for lunch here. Not sure if you can see it in the GoPro, but you can just about make out Exmoor poking out through the clouds over there. So nice view of the valley, Exmoor in the distance. Yeah, lovely spot this is. If you're not signed up for this event yet, please support this event. Brand new venue, doing loads of work to these tracks, as you can see, and they're going to be really cool. So mainly very natural feel to them, but also where's needed, features and berms and stuff. So yeah, come to the event, should be cool. Enjoy the brush cutting video after I've had a sandwich. This is the top of the section we've been working on today. So let me take you a quick run through the section at the top and the bit I just time lapsed. Okay, so got the A line coming through here, loads of roots, bit of a drop, very gnarly, and then the B line will come off the A line and come around this bit clear from gorse and go straight into this. Can't really tell on the floor, but it's real rocky here. Then hold you up high. Hopefully you can see some loamy S's which take us through to the bit we were working on earlier. So walk down the loamy S's without falling over. Okay, so if I hold you up high, hopefully up there you can sort of see the loam. So through here it's lovely and lovely soil underneath, lovely and soft. And you've got this challenging loamy corner, but this is where we added the catch. Bottom of the loam, take you up into the woods. Then we're on to the flowy but still very technical section. There's a few full lines, but there's catch berms at most of the, or catch ruts to berms. The last one in this row is definitely a berm because you've got a load of speed by then. But yeah, that's looking back up the. I'm not sure if you can tell how steep it is, but this is very steep. Steep through here. Flattens off a little bit down this next section, then steep, flattens off, steep. So we try to do it like that so that you don't if you want to keep your speed, you can rail everything, but it also gives you sort of the less experienced people some brakes in the fall line, so it's not just straight down the hill. You can catch you and slow down where necessary. Okay, next bit. That's pretty much it for the digging, the strimming and the track creation today. The weather's really closed in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little walk around with the umbrella, just have a few look at a few bits of track. First bit I'm going to look at is the top of the stage we did yesterday, which actually looks like it's going to start on a long bit of fire road. It's going to be a flat out bit of fire road, then before you get into the single track. Probably not long, probably only 10-15, probably more like 15-20 seconds of fire road, and then you'll be into the rest of the track. Will be the single track we built yesterday in episode 1. If you've not seen episode 1 yet, go check it out. And then next I'll go look at the top of the one I've been doing today, which I know needs some work, and with this weather closing in, that one at the top might well be in the clouds, so let's go have a check it out. This is the top of that trail. Hopefully you can hear me, it's pretty windy, but it looks like there was always an original trail here. There used to be a pine forest here, but they felled the land and then planted new pine trees. So here there is a track which we're going to have to try and find where it goes. There's bits where it still exists and you can see it, and there's other bits where definitely it's all over the ground with brambles and stuff. I'll take a little rundown just at the start of this to show you what the top of this track will look like. It's pretty misty up here, murky. You can no longer see the bottom of the valley, or definitely can't see the Quantocks anymore. Sorry, the Exmoor anymore. So I'll just turn you around. So it starts just on that lump there, goes down this bit of grass, past here, looks like an old borrow hole there. You can sort of see quite a lot of the track is still there. There's a few of these lumps and bumps, but it quite quickly gets very overgrown down here. So I'm sure we can work our way through this, open it up and get it back in, but this is what the top of the track looks like. So as you can see, quite open and moorlandy, and that one runs into the one I've been working on today at the bottom. And this is a trail that starts right next to it. This will be stage 3, and this is one of the only real existing trails on this land that was here from before, and so I have had some of the locals clearing this one out while I've been creating new stuff. So I'll just show you what they've done on the top of it. So this will be stage 3. Starts off here, comes through, there's a bit of a jump here, there's a couple of old berms as well, like this. What I'll do is actually I'll time lapse it. I'll walk and time lapse, see how that goes, and work our way down so you get an idea of what it's like. So that's about a top third that I just time lapsed and walked down of that track. It goes a long way down to the bottom. That's how much has been cleared so far. So that's the top third, and there's probably 2/3 to go until you get all the way to the bottom. It's pretty steep, lots of berms and stuff, the odd little jump / lip. So yeah, so it should be a really fun track, that one. I said it's probably the least natural out of all the trails here. It's got a lot of berms to keep you flowing, but it'd be nice, nice flowy one, steep flowy one to go with the more natural off Canberra ones. So a real mix, this Quantocks venue.